Dealing with emotional vampires, protecting your energy and well-being. Emotional vampires, a term coined to describe individuals who drain your emotional and mental energy, have likely made an appearance in your life at some point. These people, often unintentionally, feed off your positive emotions, leaving you feeling exhausted, stressed, and emotionally depleted. In this video, we'll delve into the world of emotional vampires, understand their behavior, and discuss effective strategies for protecting your emotional well-being. Identifying emotional vampires. Recognizing emotional vampires can be challenging, as they often present themselves as charming and friendly individuals. However, certain behavioral patterns can help you identify them. 1. Constant negativity. Emotional vampires tend to be chronic complainers, always finding something to criticize or be upset about. 2. Drama magnets. They thrive on drama and seem to attract conflict and chaos wherever they go. 3. Self-centeredness. Emotional vampires often dominate conversations, making discussions about their problems and concerns. 4. Emotional manipulation. They may use guilt, shame, or passive-aggressive behavior to control or influence others. 5. Energy draining. Spending time with an emotional vampire can leave you feeling drained, anxious, or emotionally exhausted. To better understand the different types of behaviors associated with emotional vampires, here are some additional examples. A. The guilt tripper. This emotional vampire uses guilt as a weapon, making you feel responsible for their happiness or problems. They might say things like, "If you cared about me, you'd do this for me." B. The energy sucker. These individuals constantly seek your attention and validation. They drain your energy with their neediness, demanding your time and emotional support without reciprocating. C. The passive-aggressive perpetrator. Emotional vampires of this type often use passive-aggressive behavior to manipulate and control you. They might say something hurtful and then act innocent, making it difficult to confront their actions. D. The drama king, queen. These emotional vampires thrive on creating and maintaining drama in their lives. They often exaggerate situations, making even minor issues seem like major crises. Understanding the psychology. Emotional vampires are not inherently malicious. Rather, they may be unaware of the impact of their behavior on others. Several psychological factors contribute to their emotional vampirism. 1. Low self-esteem. Many emotional vampires suffer from low self-esteem, seeking validation and reassurance from others to fill the emotional void within themselves. 2. Insecurity. Their insecurities often manifest as jealousy, control, or a constant need for attention. 3. Unresolved trauma. Past trauma or unresolved emotional issues can make emotional vampires rely on others for support and empathy. Dealing with emotional vampires. It's essential to develop strategies for dealing with emotional vampires without completely cutting them out of your life, especially if they're close family members, friends, or coworkers. Here are some effective approaches. 1. Set boundaries. Establish clear and firm boundaries with emotional vampires. Let them know what behaviors are unacceptable and what consequences will follow if those boundaries are crossed. 2. Empathetic communication. Encourage open and empathetic communication. Sometimes, emotional vampires might be unaware of how their behavior affects others. Address the issue calmly and constructively. 3. Limit your exposure. Minimize the time you spend with emotional vampires, especially in situations where you know they might be particularly draining. 4. Self-care. Focus on self-care to strengthen your emotional resilience. Engage in activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and inner peace. 5. Seek support. Share your experiences with friends, family, or a therapist who can provide guidance, understanding, and emotional support. 6. Practice mindfulness. Develop mindfulness techniques to help you stay grounded and emotionally balanced when interacting with emotional vampires. If you found value so far in this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to support this channel, it will be appreciated. Please share across social media platforms to reach wider audience. Confronting emotional vampires. If an emotional vampire's behavior continues to negatively impact your emotional well-being, it may be necessary to confront them more directly. Here's how to set consequences and enforce boundaries. A. Communicate clearly. Express your concerns honestly and assertively. Use I statements to describe how their behavior affects you. Like, I feel drained when, or, I need space when. B. Set consequences. Clearly outline the consequences of their behavior. For example, you might say, if this continues, I will need to limit our interactions. Or, if you continue to guilt-trip me, I will distance myself. C. Enforce boundaries. Be prepared to follow through with your stated consequences. If the emotional vampire crosses your boundaries, take the necessary actions to protect your emotional well-being, even if it means limiting or ending the relationship. D. Seek support. Consult friends, family, or a therapist to help you maintain resolve and emotional strength during this process. It can be emotionally challenging to confront someone you care about, so having a support system is crucial. To help our viewers stay grounded and emotionally balanced, here are specific mindfulness techniques and exercises they can incorporate into their daily lives. A. Breath awareness. Practice deep breathing exercises, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Focus on your breath, observing the rise and fall of your chest or the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your nostrils. B. Mindful body scan. Set aside time to scan your body for tension or discomfort. Start at your toes and work your way up to your head, paying attention to any areas of stress or discomfort. And consciously release that tension. C. Guided meditation. Use guided meditation apps or recordings to lead you through mindfulness exercises. These can help you stay present and manage emotional reactions effectively. D. Thought observation. Practice observing your thoughts without judgment. When you notice negative or distressing thoughts, acknowledge them without reacting emotionally. This can help you gain control over your emotional responses. Specific examples of how emotional vampires impact your emotional and mental energy. 1. Draining positivity. Emotional vampires often exhibit constant negativity. When you spend time with them, they may focus on problems, complain about their life, or express dissatisfaction with the world. As a result, you might find your positive emotions draining away, leaving you feeling more pessimistic and less enthusiastic. 2. Stress and anxiety. Emotional vampires who thrive on drama can create high-stress environments. Their tendency to attract conflict and chaos can lead to an increase in your stress levels. You may find yourself constantly on edge, anticipating the next crisis or drama that will unfold. 3. Emotional exhaustion. Spending time with an emotional vampire can be emotionally exhausting. Their constant need for attention, validation, or emotional support can leave you feeling drained and emotionally depleted, as if your emotional reserves are running low. 4. Feeling unheard and overlooked. Emotional vampires tend to be self-centered, dominating conversations with their problems and concerns. In these interactions, you might feel as though your thoughts, feelings, and experiences are overlooked or dismissed, leading to a sense of frustration and isolation. 5. Manipulative guilt and shame. Some emotional vampires resort to emotional manipulation tactics, such as guilt-tripping and shaming. When you encounter these behaviors, you may experience feelings of guilt, self-doubt, and a sense of obligation to cater to their needs, leading to a significant drain on your emotional and mental energy. 6. Loss of self-identity. In relationships with emotional vampires, you may become so focused on catering to their emotional needs that you lose sight of your own identity, desires, and well-being. This can result in feelings of emptiness and a lack of self-fulfillment. 7. Physical symptoms. The emotional toll of dealing with an emotional vampire can sometimes manifest as physical symptoms, including headaches, fatigue, muscle tension, or even digestive issues. Prolonged exposure to such individuals can weaken your immune system and make you more susceptible to illness. 8. Diminished productivity. In work or academic settings, interactions with emotional vampires can significantly impact your ability to concentrate and be productive. The emotional strain and negativity they bring into your life can make it difficult to focus on tasks and responsibilities. By recognizing these specific examples of how emotional vampires affect your emotional and mental energy, you can better understand the importance of setting boundaries and practicing self-care to protect your emotional well-being. Effectively communicating with emotional vampires. Communicating with emotional vampires can be challenging, but it's possible to address their behavior while maintaining a healthy and constructive dialogue. Here are some strategies for effective communication. 1. Choose the right time and place. Find a calm and private setting for your conversation, free from distractions and interruptions. Timing is crucial, so pick a moment when both of you are relatively relaxed. 2. Use I statements. Frame your concerns using I statements to express how their behavior affects you personally. For example, say, "I feel drained when we have frequent arguments," instead of placing blame with, "You're always causing arguments." 3. Be specific. Provide concrete examples of their behavior that have impacted you. Offering specifics helps them understand precisely what you're addressing. 4. Stay calm and respectful. Emotions can run high during these conversations. It's essential to remain calm and respectful, even if they become defensive or agitated. Avoid raising your voice or using accusatory language. 5. Active listening. Allow them to express themselves as well. Active listening involves giving them your full attention, making eye contact, and showing empathy. Repeat what they say to ensure you've understood their perspective. 6. Acknowledge their feelings. Emotional vampires may have their emotional struggles, which might contribute to their behavior. Acknowledge their feelings without condoning their actions. For example, you can say, "I understand that you're going through a tough time, but I feel overwhelmed by the constant drama." 7. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage them to reflect on their behavior by asking open-ended questions, such as, "Can you help me understand why you often criticize my choices?" This approach promotes self-awareness. 8. Set clear boundaries. In the course of the conversation, express your boundaries and the changes you'd like to see in their behavior. Be specific about what you need for a healthier relationship. 9. Avoid blame and accusations. Instead of saying, "You're the problem," focus on how both of you can work together to improve the relationship. Use language that promotes collaboration and resolution. 10. Offer solutions. Whenever possible, propose constructive solutions to address the issues at hand. This shows your willingness to work together to find common ground. 11. Stay firm but compassionate. It's essential to remain firm in your boundaries while showing compassion for their struggles. Balancing assertiveness with empathy can help ease the conversation. 12. Consider mediation. If the conversation becomes too challenging, consider involving a mediator, such as a trusted friend or a therapist, to help facilitate the discussion and maintain a neutral perspective. Remember that changing the behavior of an emotional vampire may take time, and they may not always respond positively to your attempts to communicate. In such cases, it's crucial to prioritize your well-being and set limits to protect yourself from further emotional drain. Emotional vampires can pose a significant challenge to your emotional well-being and mental health. Recognizing their behavior and understanding the underlying psychology is the first step in dealing with them effectively. Setting boundaries, engaging in empathetic communication, and practicing self-care are key strategies to protect yourself from their energy-draining tendencies. Remember, it's possible to maintain relationships with emotional vampires while safeguarding your emotional health through healthy coping mechanisms and self-care practices. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel for more self-improvement videos. Comment below to tell us how useful you found this video. Don't forget to share on various social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Click the notification bell to get notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.